Our saga commences with the intrepid explorer Myra, whose life was a tapestry of archaeological adventures. One evening, under a starlit sky, she deciphered an ancient script hinting at a subterranean world beneath the very ground she tread. The script spoke of inner Earth, a realm where the roots of all mythologies intertwine. Compelled by a lifelong thirst for discovery, Myra set out for the cavernous entrance rumoured to be nestled in the unforgiving Andes. Her steps were guided by the cryptic verses of a leather-bound tome, its pages as old as the legends it contained. The mouth of the cave greeted her with an icy breath, a stark contrast to the humid clutches of the jungle left behind. As she ventured deeper, the walls around her whispered with the echoes of a forgotten civilization. Carvings of deities and demons danced in the flickering torchlight. In a chamber adorned with luminescent minerals, Myra stumbled upon an artifact that was the key to her passage. A medallion, half consumed by time yet vibrating with an energy that pulsed in sync with her heartbeat. It was the heart of inner Earth, calling to its seeker. As the medallion's glow intensified, the cavern walls began to shift, revealing a spiraling path downwards. Myra took a deep breath, her resolve as sturdy as the earthen walls that beckoned her to the world below. It was here the boundary between myth and reality blurred, and she descended. Descending the spiraling pathway, each step took her deeper into the earth's embrace. The air grew warmer, and the darkness was pushed back by a subtle glow that seemed to emanate from the very rock itself, a tapestry of minerals that shimmered in the dim light. She marvelled at the subterranean life forms that thrived without the sun's kiss. Phosphorescent flowers bloomed, their petals reflecting a spectrum of colours unseen on the surface. She documented each step, sketching and noting the wonders that would redefine natural history. The medallion around her neck served as both a guide and a protector, its light growing brighter as if resonating with the life force of this hidden world. She felt a kinship with this place, as if it recognized her as one of its own, lost to the world above but now returned. The path eventually opened into an expansive cavern, a city carved from the earth itself. Structures defying architectural logic spiraled into the stone ceiling, connected by bridges woven from crystalline threads. The sight stole her breath. It was a civilization in harmony with the heart of the world. As she stepped into the open, figures emerged from the shadows, their eyes luminous, their expressions a mixture of curiosity and warmth. They moved with a grace that was both alien and familiar, welcoming her to the ancient city that pulsed with a life of its own. As the cavernous depths swallowed the last echoes of the world above, Elara, the intrepid explorer, made her way along the crystalline path. Each step she took was cautious, reverent, as if walking through the halls of a grand cathedral. The bioluminescent flora bathed her in a spectral ballet of light, casting her shadow against the ancient stone structures that whispered of civilizations long forgotten. The medallion around Elara's neck thrummed with a warm glow, resonating with the life force that seemed to permeate every crevice of this underground realm. She could feel a connection, a pull, guiding her deeper into the heart of the cavern. There, in the midst of it all, stood a bridge of arched crystal, as delicate as lace and as strong as the bedrock it sprang from. It was an architectural marvel, defying the weight of ages, promising passage to the unseen wonders that lay beyond. Elara paused before the bridge, her hand hovering over the medallion. The air around her vibrated with energy, with the promise of secrets on the verge of revelation. With a breath that seemed to mingle with the very essence of the place, she stepped forward, her footsteps ringing out a silent yet unmistakable proclamation of her arrival. On the other side, the path wound its way to a raised dais. The stone there was not like the rest. It was darker, imbued with a gravitational pull that drew Elara to its centre. As she approached, the light from the flora intensified, converging upon the dais, upon her, upon the medallion that now seemed to sing with an otherworldly chorus. And then the chamber came alive. From the shadows, figures began to emerge, their forms made of the same radiant, life-giving light that filled the cavern. They were the guardians, the keepers of this sacred place, and as they circled around Elara, the story of this hidden world began to unfurl. A tale woven from the fabric of the earth itself, from the roots that fed the flora, from the stone that cradled the crystal, from the very air that carried the melody of the underground. In the depths of the luminous cavern, Elara stood on the dais, surrounded by the newly emerged guardians. Their forms were fluid, composed of the same radiant energy that pulsed through the veins of the cavern. The medallion around Elara's neck hummed with a frequency that matched the guardian's glow, a harmonious symphony that resonated with the heart of the realm. One of the guardians, a figure whose light shone with a gentle golden hue, stepped forward. "Elara, you have been chosen by the medallion, not only to bear witness, but to act as the catalyst for rebirth," it spoke, its voice a melodious echo that filled the space. "The realm has suffered under a shadow, disconnected from the primordial heart that once nourished it. Your arrival signals the hope of renewal." Elara felt a sense of purpose swell within her. She nodded, understanding the weight of her role. "What must I do?" she asked. "You must journey to the core," another guardian replied, its voice a deeper timbre, rich with the sound of flowing water. "There lies the primordial heart, now dimmed and fractured. With the medallion, you have the power to restore its light, to weave together what has been torn apart." The revelation of her quest filled Elara with a mix of awe and fear. She was no hero, merely a traveller who had stumbled upon a path that unfurled in unexpected ways. Yet within her, the medallion's warmth grew, as if affirming her capability to fulfill this destiny. The guardians stepped back, forming a circle around her. "Go forth, Elara," they intoned together. "The path will be fraught with perils, but remember that the light of the medallion is a beacon that will guide you through darkness." With a deep breath, Elara stepped off the dais, her eyes set on the path that would lead her to the core. She felt the guardian's gaze upon her, a silent vigil as she ventured into the unknown. As Elara ventured deeper into the realm, the path became a labyrinth of iridescent tunnels, each twist and turn illuminated by the medallion's unwavering light. The air thrummed with a power that seemed to whisper of ancient secrets and timeless magic. It was both enchanting and eerie, as if the very stones were watching her, breathless with anticipation. The core was said to be the realm's heart, but as Elara journeyed, it felt more like its soul, a place where every whisper of wind and drop of water sang of life's delicate dance. She could feel the primordial heart's rhythm, a faint but persistent pulse that beckoned her onward. Unexpectedly, the tunnel opened into a vast chamber where the walls shimmered with a mosaic of gemstones, reflecting her light in a kaleidoscope of colours. At the chamber's centre stood an obelisk, etched with runes that glowed softly. As Elara approached, the medallion reacted, its light intensifying and the runes beginning to shift and change, as if recognising the presence of their kin. She reached out, and the moment her fingers brushed the obelisk, a surge of energy coursed through her, a connection that was as startling as it was invigorating. The chamber began to transform, the gemstones brightening, and a pathway of light spiraled downward, leading to the core. Elara took a step onto the spiraling path, and as she descended, the chamber above seemed to fade away, leaving only the brilliant path and the beating heart of the realm below. The core awaited her, its fractured light pulsing weakly, but the promise of restoration was there, a symphony of light and shadow, poised to be reborn through her.